So, as I predicted in my last review of Hanayamata, Machi was one of the main central focuses of this episode, and the main point of this episode was to make it to where we kind of liked her character a lot more than we have been. And honestly, I'm still not buying into it. I'm not. I don't like Machi as a character. I explained why I didn't like her last week, and I knew for a fact this episode was coming to try to make us like her even more, and even then it didn't do it right. So I'm just going to say that right now. I still don't like Machi's character. Now, looking past that, okay, I'm not going to downplay the episode. I'm not going to just talk about Machi. I want to talk about the major, I guess, themes of this episode. For one thing, the biggest things you could get from this episode besides Machi is two things. You have it to where Hana's mother has come back to Japan. For instance, at the end of this episode, right after the ending song, you see this girl with blonde hair, looks just like Hana, trying to give her a call. And we already know it must be Hana's mother, since we found out earlier on in the episode that Hana's father and mother had a divorce, and she really cares about, her mother and father. So, that pretty much means that next episode is going to be mainly focused around Hana, and is probably going to have a lot of drama issues to probably finish up the last part of this season. For instance, it might be focusing around, probably Hana's mother against Hana, wanting to be in Yosakoi, for instance. I mean, imagine that, okay? Like, the mother comes to Japan, and she's completely against Hana being in a Yosakoi club, and so she's against it, and then you have Hana, rebel against it. That's pretty much what I see happening, because that's usually the standard when it comes to this type of series, but I could be wrong. Now, besides that other factor right there, you can get the entire bit with how Machi is trying to learn, how to dance. For instance, this entire episode, you see the emotions of her character to where she feels like she's left out, like she's bad at dancing, and she needs to train a lot more. Like, she was taking the entire bit with, I think, trying to be better at Yosakoi a little bit too serious in this episode, and that's another reason why I felt like this episode, I did not like Machi even more, because she was making Yosakoi not fun. She was constantly trying to dance and do whatever and pushing everybody to the limit in certain scenes in this episode, and I didn't like that, because once again, it just shows you that even though I know what she's doing it for, she's just trying to get better to where she's not left behind from everybody else in the group. I just don't like the way her personality showed right there, where she was making it no fun to dance in Yosakoi. The festival that the Yosakoi club wanted to go to, pretty much, they couldn't make it. For instance, it got canceled, and they didn't meet the deadline to be able to go there, but after the ending song, it is revealed that they can actually go there, because the sea monk talked to Sally-sensei, and they're now allowed to be in the festival. So I like that a lot. I like how that, kind of happened out, those coincidences happened, and now they're in the festival, so I guess that's a good thing. I'm glad they actually got to participate in the Yosakoi festival. Now, like I said earlier, the episode overall, it was a very good episode. I liked the episode. It was a lot better than last week with all that melodrama. I didn't like that melodrama last week, but this episode is good. We didn't have so much drama that it weighed down the overall feels of this episode, and it was a cute, kawaii, moe episode. That's exactly what it was. I mean, a lot of build-up in this episode, that's the main thing. I mean, a lot of build-up for the final episodes of this series, and so, tell me your thoughts, how you felt about this episode. I mean, how do you feel about Hana's mother coming to Japan and most likely going to start up some drama? How do you feel about, Machi and her character still? Do you feel like her character's been redeemed? Do you still hate her character? Let me know also in the comments below. And do you feel like, our team is going to be able to win the Yosakoi Festival? So everybody, I love all of you so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi.